Hey guys, welcome back. Chris Plays With His Food. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I'm excited. I'm getting ready to show you how to make better than Chipotle Carnitas, and they taste awesome. So without further ado, I'm not going to talk for 20 minutes. Let's jump over into prep. Thank you. Okay, so what you will need is a pork shoulder, which is one of these bad boys right here. And first we are going to salt it. And we're going to be very generous with how we salt. Okay, next we're going to add some pepper. And we also want to be generous with the pepper. Now we're going to add a little bit of thyme. A little bit of garlic powder. And a little bit of onion powder. Okay, and we're good to go. We're going to drop this bad boy in the pan. Okay, so now we've got our pan ready and prepped. What we're going to do is we're going to toss this bad boy in here and cook him on high heat till we braise it on either side for about 3 or 4 minutes apiece. We want to get a nice thick crusty shell on the outside of this. You can use any type of oil really that you want. I'm using peanut oil, but feel free to use whatever your oil of choice is. Alright, now while we're waiting for that to cook, we're going to go ahead and get everything ready that we need for the crock pot. I'm using Fresca. This is sort of my addition to a different recipe that I was reading. I use a generous amount of Fresca. I would say probably half to 3/4 of the bottle. Here's a secret ingredient. Juniper berries. You can get these on Amazon. They're not very expensive. A 4-ounce bag ought to last you for a while unless you own a restaurant. So let's go ahead and dump a generous amount of these in. Again, these are not super exact measurements. Well, if I had to venture a guess, this is a 4-ounce bag. I've made one batch of carnitas with this before, so about 2 ounces will do you. Next, we're going to add more thyme. We're going to be generous with the amount of thyme we use in this. Okay. Add a little bit more pepper. And we're going to add some bay leaves. You don't want to use too many of these because they're pretty strong. And it's about time to flip to another side. Okay, I just flipped it, and right there is the color you're looking for. That is the perfect color that you want. That looks absolutely amazing. And remember, that's 4 minutes per side. I am now going to put this on high heat. And get this bad boy started up. Okay, we're still frying here, but pretty much once that's done, once you're done braising the meat, you're going to drop that into your crock pot, and you're going to let that go ahead for about 4 to 6 hours, depending on what your setting is. If you have it on low, you want maybe 6 hours. High, 4 hours. And it's important when you're done not to throw out the oil, because we're going to return that whenever we're done with the crock pot. Whenever we're done cooking in the crock pot, we're going to take that back over and we're going to give it a nice quick once over in the pan again, just to kind of give it a little bit of a crispy flavor. So we'll jump into prep next for prepping your vegetables for your sides. Usually we're going to have some white rice, black beans, corn, lettuce, cheese, and sour cream, and a little bit of salsa, which can be bought at the store. You can make your own. I bought mine at the store. It's just easier that way. So we'll jump into that next. Okay, we've got everything in the crock pot now. We're going to go ahead and you take half a white onion, slice it, and then you're going to half the slices. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to spear some green peppers. And there's a really simple way to do this, and I will show you now in case you've never done this. Just cut the top off, cut the bottom off, and you're just going to go ahead and push all these seeds out, hopefully not leaving many inside. Make sure when you're doing this to be extremely careful with your knife and the placement of your cutting board so that you don't slip and accidentally cut yourself. I tell you what, these sauteed peppers and onions really make the flavor in this pork stand out. So I'm going to get these out of the way, and I'm going to cook them now rather than cook them when the shoulder's done, just because there's a lot going on at that point, and I don't mind having them be a little chilled. So we're going to go ahead and toss these into the pan, back in with that grease we had. So we'll go over there in a second. Okay, so we're going to add our vegetables. I'm just going to plop these bad boys down in there. And if you want, you can salt these or season these a little bit, or just keep them plain. It's entirely up to you. I sometimes put a little bit of adobo on mine. This definitely is a secret weapon. The thing you want to be careful when using adobo is that you don't overuse it throughout your entire dish. Some people tend to use it on everything, and then the entire dish ends up tasting that way. So I just put a pretty generous amount on there, and that'll be all I'll do. I won't put anything else on it. You just sort of stir that around, get that in there. You want to cook these until they're, you don't want to like crisp them or anything. You just want to get them until they're nice and caramelized and kind of loose. And you'll still have a little bit of crunch left in your peppers, which will be nice. Gives you something sort of crunchy to bite into when you're eating your Carnitas bowl. Or if you want to do this in a burrito, you can. I just always eat bowls. I prefer them. Okay, we've got everything going now. We'll be back to show you the rest of the preparation, and we're going to braise it, and then pretty soon after that everything will be ready to eat. Just got to get the rice ready, black beans, and corn, and then you're done. So yeah, that'll be pretty much it. When we come back, we'll finish up, and then I'll show you how to put everything together, and we'll be good. Okay, so I just got the meat out of the crock pot, and I saved the tedious part, which is scooping all the juniper berries and bay leaves back out. So I wasn't going to record that. However, I did do that. So we're going to go over here now, and we're going to look at this meat, because it's just pulling right apart. I didn't even need to use a fork. Like normally I would say you're supposed to shred it apart with a fork, which I may still do a bit, but this came right apart with the tongs. So let's go check it out. Okay, so here we go. This is looking really nice. And what we're going to do is we're going to return this to this juices in the oil that we had earlier. All right, guys, we're going to jump back in here. We're going to drop these. We're going to drop the shredded pork back into the oil and give that a nice little crust to it, kind of like we did before. Give a little bit of a crunch. I'm going to give this a nice little stir. Just looking for a little bit of that brown crust on the meat. Kind of wakes the flavor up. I am using Goya beans, Goya black beans. And I'm going to heat those up while we got everything else going. There we go, we're getting a nice crust on there. That's going to be good. And that's pretty much probably all about what we're going to need. You just need to see a little bit of that crust kicking. But here's what you're looking for. You're looking for stuff like that right there. And that's what really gives it a good flavor. I might just do one more, like 2 or 3 minutes. So we're looking for that crust. And we're starting to get it. We're getting it. There it is. That's what we want. And I think this is good. When you're done, your carnitas should look like that and have a nice caramelized color to them. And that's definitely what you want. So we're done. And we're gonna put this back in the bowl. See you in a minute. So we're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a plate down here. And we will make our carnitas. So you're gonna take some rice. I prefer white rice, but you can do brown. And lay a bed of rice out. Next, you're gonna want to take black beans. Next, you're gonna take your onions and peppers. And I gotta get a spoon out or a fork for the salsa. Next, you're going to take your meat, apply your meat on here. And the one thing that I did not do was lettuce, and honestly, you don't really necessarily need that much lettuce. But that's if you want it. Some people also put potatoes on this, which is also pretty good. And this is a little bit bigger proportions than what I thought I was going to grab. My bad. I'm going to put some salsa on here. There will definitely be leftovers, and it will definitely get eaten. Trust me, this stuff is delicious. Now we're going to take our cheese, a good healthy portion of cheese, drop it across there. And finally, sour cream. Lettuce and guacamole is optional, and usually I eat lettuce. I do not eat guacamole usually, but I know a lot of people do. So if you want to put that on there, it's good.
Mmm, so good and tasty.
But this is exactly how I order it, minus the lettuce, only because I forgot to cut it up. There you have it. Chipotle's carnitas. And it is delicious, let me tell you. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit the subscription button right about here. And hit a like and give me constructive or negative criticism. It doesn't matter. Just want to hear feedback. If you like these videos, please share them. So thanks for watching. Have a great day and enjoy that food because it is good. Take it easy.
Hey there, if you like what you saw, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button to keep updated on all our reviews, streams, and other random stuff. And leave a comment down below, let us know what you thought. Thanks, have a good day.